Hi team, I hope you're all well. Today I am here to do June's ins and outs, my haul and my unhaul. And this month I didn't do too bad. I actually think this is my lowest hauled month so far of the year, which is good news. Maybe just by like one book, but regardless. And I have a reasonable stack of unhaul as well. So I think I've got 24 books to haul and I think 13 to unhaul. So that's not too bad. Not as big as last month's unhaul, but I obviously did a rather large purge last month. But yeah, so without further ado, let's get into it. We're going to start off with gifted books and then I'll do special editions and then normal editions that I've purchased myself. So my pile of gifted books is relatively high this month, but I did get the Box of Stories box, which was a surprise box for the month of June. If you haven't seen my unboxing for that one yet, I will leave a link to it up here and also in the description box down below. I turned it into a reading vlog where I read a couple of the books from the previous box from the previous month. But the books that did come in that box were a non-fiction called Where the Children Take Us by Zane E. Asher. This sounds really interesting. It is a spellbinding memoir which opens up with a woman receiving shattering news that her husband and son have been in a terrible accident. In that instant, she becomes a widowed immigrant left to raise 4 children in a London neighbourhood beset by poverty and crime. Her children end up going on to do incredible jobs like become a doctor and become this and become that. And it's just a story about this family that are completely grief-ridden but continue to live their lives and make the most of it while they can. So it sounds fascinating and I'm really interested in this one, so I'm very excited to pick this one up for sure. Then I did get Burrowed by Mary Bader Cayley. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that name, I do apologise. This is a dystopian, I think. A world split in two, one person holds the key to reuniting it. With enemies on all sides, Suzanne must hold on to the light at the end of the tunnel or risk the world falling into darkness. There's a genetic plague that's separated humanity into two: subterraneans who live in the underground burrows to protect their health, and strong surface-dwelling omnitarians. So it sounds interesting and I'm looking forward to this one. I haven't heard of it before, but I'm really interested in it. It sounds good. So we'll see whether or not I enjoy that one. This is the only one that I've definitely seen the cover for that came in this box before. In a Garden Burning Gold by Rory Power. Definitely heard of Rory Power before, but I haven't read anything from this author. This one is a fantasy, I believe. Siblings, Rhea and her twin brother Alexis, have spent an eternity using cunning and magic to help rule their small, unstable country. If the siblings aren't careful, they'll end up facing each other on the battlefield. Dun dun dun! Sounds really interesting. A vividly woven tapestry of love, power and betrayal from Claire Legrand. Fascinating. Do love this cover. It's very pretty, I will say. So I did get that one. And then the last book that I got from A Box of Stories, I don't know whether or not to give this one a try or not. I'm going to keep it on my shelves for the time being and I may give it a try. But it is The Deathless Shores by P.H. Lowe. I am not a fan of the original story of Peter Pan and I haven't met a retelling that I've liked yet. And I've tried multiple, even from like favourite authors like Kay Ancram's Darling. Didn't like it. So I'm yet to meet a Peter Pan retelling that I enjoy and I usually tend to avoid them on that basis. But this one I believe is a Peter Pan retelling. Jordan dreams of the days when she was a lost boy flying high with Peter Pan and imbued with the power of dust. So I believe that now she's like kind of grown up and she decides to go back to try and see Peter, speak to him maybe, I'm not sure. But nonetheless, I think the other thing that puts me off trying this, to be honest, is how large it is. It's over 460 pages. So it is quite a chunky book for a Peter Pan retelling. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with this one. I may try it. I may just unhaul it without trying, but we'll see regardless. And then the rest are gifted from publishers. So from Pan Macmillan, aka Book Break, I did get a copy of Untamed Heart by Gemma Moore, which comes out on the 14th of August. This is a cowboy romance and I'm very excited about reading it. So I'm really looking forward to giving this one a go. Escape to the Diamond Back Ranch with this grumpy sunshine small town cowboy romance that will leave you breathless. Sounds great and I'm really looking forward to it. I will have put a picture of the finished cover on the screen. But yeah, looking forward to this one. Thank you to Pan and Book Break for sending me that one. From Del Rey, I did get a copy of Silver Cloak by L.K. Stephen, which comes out in July, towards the end of July. I think it's the 24th, if I remember correctly, of July. If that's wrong, I will have put the correct date on screen. But yeah, really looking forward to this one. This is a fantasy, dark and delicious adult fantasy debut, I believe. So I know that Laura Stevens has also done some young adult, Our Infinite Fates, which I have on my Kindle and do want to try, Every Exquisite Thing, and the Society for Soulless Girls. But yeah, this one sounds really good. The text in here, though, is absolutely miniature. I have been lucky enough that they've sent me a Kindle copy as well, so I am going to give this one a read on my Kindle, or potentially wait until it comes out on audio, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm excited for this one. It sounds really good. Thank you again to Del Rey for sending me this. And then Evermore did send me a copy of Enigma by Runix. Thank you to them for sending me this one. I did give this one a read. I gave it 3.5 stars. I liked it. I prefer Gothicana, but I did like this one. I thought it was good. Quite the dark romance for sure. Dark academia, dark romance. It was a good time. I had a good time. So thank you to Evermore for sending me this one. Did give this one a read, so that's good news. And then special editions that I did receive in the month of June. I did get myself, I was very lucky to get myself a copy of Nightshade by Autumn Woods from the Works. This one has the gorgeous sprayed edges and this gorgeous alternate cover compared to this cover, and I have read this one as well. I gave this 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I had a good time. Another dark academia, dark-ish romance, so had a good time with this one. Very excited about the next one. I hope that the Works do matching editions, because I haven't gotten a normal edition of the cover on the basis that I got this one. I didn't need 2 copies, so I haven't gotten this one. I suppose in the future, if they don't do a matching edition, which would be really fucking annoying, but if they don't, I will just get a copy of this and get the matching edition to that. But yeah, really enjoyed this one. 4.5 stars. Have given it a read. Then I also got Rose in Chains by Julie Soto from Fairy Loot. This is from the Romantasy box for June. And this is beautiful, I will say. I also wanted to mention that I had no idea that this had anything to do with fan fiction. Specifically Hermione fan fiction. I had no clue. So I am on the fence about whether or not to actually read this. I have enjoyed Julie Soto before, so, and I was excited about this one until I found that out. So yeah, a little bit gutted about finding that out, but alas, it is what it is. There's not much I can do about it now. So I probably will try and give this a go at some point. Reversible dust jacket, but I didn't know that it was Hermione fan fiction, so we'll see about that. So Rose in Chains from Fairy Loot. I also got Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab from Fairy Loot. This is for the adult box. Yes, and this is the last book that I've gotten from Fairy Loot Adult as well, because I have since cancelled my box. So fascinating. I was very excited about this, and I've got to be truly honest with you, I hate it. Not the book, I haven't read the book, but what they've done with it, not a fan. Tempted to get rid of this one and get myself a normal copy, because I prefer the normal cover compared to this one. I've got to be honest. I can reverse the dust jacket to essentially the normal cover, but it is pink rather than like the bluey green. However, it does not match the sprayed edges, which I think are not great, I've got to be honest. So that is a shame. Not happy with this edition, I've got to be truly honest about that, but it is what it is. So I'm thinking, I am on the fence about getting a normal copy and actually getting rid of this edition, because I don't like it in the slightest. And even if I like the book, I'm not going to change my mind on how this looks. So I may do that, but yeah, that came from Fairy Loot's adult box. Then from the Indecent Book Club, I did get Mixing Up Mayhem by Heather Nix. I have read this one. I gave it 4 stars. This is a stunning edition of this book. I will post a picture of the normal cover here, but it also has ombre edges, and then on the inside, it is signed by Heather, but also has ombre edges go around the side, and then chapter headers as well, which is very cute. And I gave this 4 stars. Really, really enjoyed this. It is a queer kind of monster romance. Actually, not kind of a monster romance, it is a monster romance. It was really good. Had a very good time with this one. And then last but by no means least for special edition is one that I have read, and it is Heartstopper Volume 5 from Fairy Loot. This is the special edition hardback from Fairy Loot that I think is signed, yup, from Alice. And on the end papers, very simple, very cute, very Heartstopper-esque. And then on the naked hardcover, we do have Charlie and Nick, which is adorable. So I do have Volume 5 now to match my set. Stunning. Very excited about that. So that's it for my special editions. And then for normal books that I have bought, we have this not so large stack. It might be large to some people, but to me it's not. So I did get volumes 13 through till 17 of Blood on the Tracks. Completely forgot about these while I was doing Summerween, in all honesty. I could have binged the rest of the series and then be done with it. But alas, it is what it is. So I do have volumes 13 through till 17, so I can finish this series off. I've been enjoying it so far. I don't think it's gotten much more than about 3.5 or 4 stars, but it's really fucked up and I'm really enjoying it. So very excited about that. Also excited that the last like 5 editions are like blue and white because the rest have all been red and white. So that's fascinating. Excited to continue on with that series. I also got a copy of Realm of Thieves by Karina Hall. I was doom scrolling TikTok one day and Karina came up on my For You page and she was absolutely devastated. It was release day for this book. I hadn't heard of it. There'd been no promotion for it at all. It has been picked up by a publisher, I believe Ace, who is Penguin maybe? Yeah, Penguin. And I've seen nothing for this whatsoever. And I have read from Karina Hall before. Actually, I'm currently reading Grave Matter by Karina Hall. And I'd seen nothing for it. And she was on TikTok thoroughly upset on release day. She went into a couple of local bookshops, and I don't know if they were like Barnes or somewhere else, and she went in and there was not a single copy of her book in the bookstore, and I can't imagine how devastating that must be. I remember going to Waterstones at the Trafford Centre on release day for Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. Now, I know it was traditionally published originally, I know it was indie published originally and then was picked up and traditionally published, but I remember going in on release day. I had a copy pre-ordered, and I remember going in on release day hoping to kind of see it so I could get a picture for the gram, you know, to help boost it and stuff. I still haven't read it yet. It could be a bunch of trash. I don't think it will be. I know it's very popular, but I was just excited for her, you know? It must be so exciting whether you are starting out for the first time and you get picked up immediately for traditional publication, or whether you start off as an indie author and then get picked up for trad. But regardless, it's very exciting and I want to get involved with that. And I was devastated for her that there wasn't a single copy in Waterstones on release day. I was just really, really gutted. And I think I was frustrated because there were still tables dedicated to big series that had been out for a while, for example, Fourth Wing. And I was like, you can't get yourself one copy of this book, yet you still have multiple copies and dedicated tables for a series that's been out for a while and is already very popular. And it just frustrated me. So when I saw Karina Hall crying on TikTok about the fact that she'd been devastated on release day because these 2 or 3 bookstores, can't remember how many she went in, did not have her book in the store, I was devastated for her. Not one single copy in the store. I was really gutted for her. So I immediately got myself a copy. Have I read it yet? No. But I've purchased a copy to support the author, and I will give this a read. It sounds fantastic. 2 thieves vie for dominance in the illegal dragon egg trade, putting both their lives and their hearts on the line in this scorching romantasy. Sounds fantastic. It's got dragons in it. It's a romantasy. Sign me up. The cover is stunning. Absolutely beautiful. But I'm just gutted for her. So naturally I picked this up to help support an author. So Karina Hall, Your TikTok did the job, my love, where your publisher failed you. So yeah, I did get a copy of that. I also got myself a secondhand copy of Squad, which is a werewolf graphic novel. And I'm interested in reading this one. I want to do like a werewolf vlog soon. I think I mentioned it in my summer reading plans. So I did get myself this. I've had my eye on it for a while and I just decided to get a second-hand copy for it. It's a little bit creased and stuff like that. I'm not bothered, in all honesty. So yeah, I got a copy of Squad. Looking forward to giving that a read. I also got a second-hand copy of Nestlings by Nat Cassidy. I think I got this one off Vinted. I was very lucky actually to see this on there. It was an absolute bargain as well, especially on the basis that it's so hard to get these in the UK. So Mary, Nestlings, a couple of Nat Cassidy's other books, so difficult to get in the UK. The only one you can guarantee that you will get in the UK is When the Wolf Comes Home. So I do now have myself a copy of Mary and also Nestlings. I decided to get a copy of this after reading When the Wolf Comes Home and reading Nat's author note at the end. I desperately needed a copy of this. So very excited to have this. It is a shorty patati, which is great. And I'm very excited about giving this one a read at some point. I'm hoping sooner rather than later. I might save it for spooky season, but very excited for this one. Then I did get my copy of Caught Up by Nevessa Allen was delivered to me. I had this on pre-order. I have read it. I gave it 4.5 stars. It was very good. Didn't love it as much as Lights Out, but I loved that we still got to see oh my god, Josh and Ali from book 1 in here. Quite heavy, especially Josh. The crossover was fantastic and I am very excited about book 3 now. So really enjoyed this one, had a good time with it. Then my pre-order of Never Thought I'd End Up Here by Anne Liang came in. Really excited to give this one a read. I'm going to be picking it up in August for transport on the cover for the cover buzzwordathon thing. So I'm really looking forward to this one. Is Leah travelling to get back to her roots or back at the boy who ruined her life? I've really enjoyed I Hope This Doesn't Find You by Anne Liang, and I have a couple of other books from her as well. This time it's real. I think I might have another one on my Kindle, but I can't remember. So very excited about giving this one a read. It sounds great. This cover as well, absolutely stunning. So my pre-order for that came in. Then I did order a copy of Battle of the Bookstores by Ali Brady. This sounds fantastic. 2 rival bookstores next door to each other. And I think them two are going to end up falling in love. I think it's... Did somebody say it's a bit like... Abby Jimenez. A funny modern twist on You've Got Mail from Abby Jimenez. First of all, Abby Jimenez is my favourite author of all time. Second of all, You've Got Mail is one of my favourite movies of all time. So immediately, I needed it. Rivalry and romance spark when 2 bookstore managers who are opposites in every way find themselves competing for the same promotion. Sign me up. Also, look at this cover, isn't it stunning? And that flop. Outstanding. Sign me up. And then last but by no means least, the last book that I got for, it's not the last book that I purchased, but it's the last book in this stack that I got in June is With a Vengeance by Riley Sager. I have also read this one and I gave it 4 stars. There is a dedicated reading vlog to this one. It was an accident. It was the scavenger hunt vlog. I will leave a link to it up here in the description box down below. Spoiler alert, this was the book that ended up getting picked for that. And I really enjoyed myself with it actually. I had a very good time. I do think that Riley Sager, to be fair, I said this though 2 years ago, I do think Riley Sager could be making a bit of a comeback for me. Said that 2 years ago and then he did Middle of the Night and I was like, what the hell is this? So you never know. But this one, 4 stars, I liked it. So I had a good time with it. So yeah, that is the last book that I did haul in the month of June. And then my unhaul, I do think could end up being a little bit controversial here, to be honest. For multiple reasons. This is the stack, okay? So to start off with the first controversy, I am going to be unhauling some Frida McFadden. We have The Housemaid. I read this, gave it 4 stars, really enjoyed it. We have The Housemaid's Secret, haven't read this one. We have The Housemaid is Watching, obviously haven't read this one, it's book 3. And we have The Teacher, I haven't read this one either. Getting rid of these because I've recently just read The Boyfriend while I've been on holiday in Egypt. And I hated it. It was so bad. And I haven't yet met a Frida McFadden that has made me feel the way The Housemaid did. Do I think this needed a sequel? Absolutely not. It now has a third sequel coming out. A third sequel, a 4th book in the series coming out. And The Housemaid's Wedding or something stupid like that. And I I just don't think it needs it. I don't think it needed the sequel to begin with. It probably didn't need a third one, and it definitely doesn't need a fourth one. This could have been a standalone. It was very, very good. And I just don't think I'm going to meet a Frida McFadden that I enjoy more than that. So I am losing the will to live with it. Also, The Teacher is on Kindle Unlimited, so I can pick this up anytime. I don't need a physical copy. Sick to death of seeing it on my shelves, quite frankly. And now that I've read The Boyfriend and gave it 1 star and put myself through that pain, I am pissed. So I'm unhauling those for... They can go. Sick of seeing them, honest to God. I'm also unhauling Mistress of Lies by K.M. Enright. I have been thinking about doing this for a while. I am yet to see a positive review of this. I'm yet to see a mid review of it. I haven't seen anything good about this book. I've got to be honest. It's vampires, you know? As far as I'm aware, I don't know anything about it actually. I'm fairly certain it's vampires, but I should like this book. I cannot bring myself to even try 20 pages of it. I just can't bring myself to do it. And then on Sprints with Gavin yesterday for Summerween, 2 people, well, someone was reading it in the chat, said that they should have DNF'd it. They wish they'd DNF'd it. They've literally gone through pain trying to finish this book. Someone else said that they did DNF it. So that was it. It's on the chopping block for me and it's going to go. That's it. That's all I need. I can be influenced and I can be de-influenced, okay? The next controversial take on this unhaul is these 4, okay? Anybody recognise what these are? This is going to be super controversial. Okay, we have Loath to Love You, which is the short story collection. We have Love on the Brain. Didn't hate this. I actually think I gave it 4 stars. We have Love Theoretically, also gave this 4 stars. We have Not in Love. I DNF this one. I am going to get rid of these because I'm never going to reread these 2. I've hated the first one in this series and I don't think I'm going to like the rest, the short story collections. I'm not sure she can do short stories all that well, in all honesty. And then I DNF'd Not in Love. And basically what I've done is I've kept The Love Hypothesis, because that's the first book I ever read from her and I gave it 5 stars. I've kept Checkmate because I loved that book and gave it 4.5 stars and 100% see myself rereading it. I've kept Bride because I really enjoyed that book, gave it 4 stars, but I'm excited for Mate. And I've kept Deep End because I haven't read it yet. And then I've got the paperback copy of Problematic Summer Romance. I'm not going to get the Illumicrate edition because I've DNF'd Not in Love, but I am going to try Problematic Summer Romance. I'm getting to a point in my book collecting era where I no longer feel the need to buy special editions of everything. This was past me starting this problem and I continued to do it. I don't think I need to anymore. So if they do a matching edition for Mate, I will get it because it will match then Bride. I don't want to be out of matching editions. But other than that, I don't think I'm going to get Ali Hazelwood's special editions anymore. I enjoy her books, but she is not a favourite author of mine. I know she's very popular, but she's absolutely not a favourite author of mine. And these are not favourite books from her for me. I've kept my favourites. So I'm going to unhaul these. I also do, underneath the dust jackets, have the normal dust jackets for all of these. I've just tucked them underneath. So both dust jackets are on there. So yeah, I'm getting rid of all of those, controversially enough. I just don't need them anymore. They're taking up a lot of space on my shelves that could be used for other books. So, you know, I don't need them anymore. It's going to be very controversial, I know. This Delicious Death by Kayla Cottingham, I DNF'd it, so I'm unhauling it. I don't need it anymore. The Final Orchard by CJ Riviera is one of the books that came in the May box of stories. I've read it. I'm never going to reread it, so I'm unhauling it. I had a good time, though. The Corruption of Hollis Brown by Kay Ancrum. I have read it, gave it 3.5 stars. I liked it. Never going to reread it, so I'm unhauling it. I think the only book I've kept from Kay Ancrum is The Wicker King, because I really love that book and I have reread it. So yeah, and then the last one is The Last Gifts of the Universe by Riley August. I think I gave this one 2.5 or 3 stars. It was fine. I didn't love it. It didn't give me what I thought it was going to give me, but I've read it now and I'm never going to reread it, so I can unhaul it. And that is everything for my ins and outs for June. So Chat to me in the comments down below. I know I've been a little bit controversial there and hauling all my Freedom McFadden and about 50% of my Ali Hazelwood, but alas, these are my shelves, so I can do what I want with them. And yeah, I will be unhauling all of these books. I will leave a link to the Vinted and eBay accounts that sell these books. My brother actually sells them for me. Because I truly cannot be bothered, but he does a lot of selling and trading on Vinted and eBay, so he said he would do it for me, and I just give him a little bit of a cut of the money. So yeah, if anybody, I don't know, this video will have already gone up. These will probably already be up and potentially sold on there. They go very quickly, so they might not be available, but I'll leave a link to them in the description box down below. If you want to favorite the accounts, you can do, and then you will get notified every time you upload something, which could become frustrating because he does, like I say, sell some other stuff on there as well, not just books for me. But yeah, if you were interested, I'll leave a link in the description box down below. There's a good chance that these will have already been up and potentially sold, but you know, there's opportunity there to have a look-see. But yeah, so chat to me in the comments down below. Do you think I've made a mistake with anything? Let me know in the comments down below. I know a lot of you are going to be shouting at me for those Ali Hazelwood books, but in all honesty, I've read, or well, not the short stories. I've read the first one. I'm not going to continue with them. I've read 2 of the others and I've DNF'd one. So, you know, I'm not unhauling Ali Hazelwood books I haven't read yet. I've kept the ones I haven't read yet, which are Deep End and Problematic Summer. I will give them a go. So, yeah. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I will see you in whatever comes next. Bye for now.